So I picked up this cultivator unit, real cheap. Didn't come with a battery. I got it for about $6. It was the middle of winter. Nobody was buying it, so bought it real quick. I don't have a Black & Decker battery, but what I did find was a recycled Black & Decker battery, and obviously that was completely dead. So I 3D printed a adapter unit. I was super lazy with this, to be completely honest, because all I did was I took the battery, cut a hole out the bottom, printed out something from a completely different model, and I made it work. So it's a Ryobi now. Actually works pretty good. I mean, as far as the cultivator goes, it's not great, but it'll be better than doing it by hand, so it's whatever.
Last year I had a mid-sized tiller, but the motor finally went out on it. I've got to give it credit where credit's due. I did find it in a dumpster. Luckily, I was able to get most of the major work done last year when it was working. So this year, all this little thing has to do is agitate the soil and mix in some of the new stuff. Although I was trying to be extra cheap about it this year, I did go out and spend about $25 on some garden soil and manure to help the plants along this year.
Wanted to give a little update, show how everything's been going. These are actually the leftovers after I planted this stuff in the garden. I still don't exactly know what I want to do to them, but I might just pluck them out and give them to people that I know. I don't know. But, look at this guy. That pepper's doing pretty good. And this is the other hydroponic tomato, which I definitely have to work on a bit, because I've got to put them in the larger containers. It's just getting pretty much impossible to keep up with filling the water up there. A couple more over here too. Not exactly sure what's going on with this guy. It just seems to grow with curled leaves, so I'll have to look that up and see what I got to do. And then again, some more. But I'll pop out to the garden and show you what I got out there. So here's one of my bare bones setups. Pretty much just took a cat litter container, spray painted it black and white so it doesn't get too much sun there, and then filled it up with water. This guy's already got a flower on it. I don't know if anything's around to pollinate it at the moment, but it's doing a little bit better than when I put it in a couple of weeks ago. Definitely need to go through and weed everything, that's for sure. One thing that I did that seems to be helping this year is I took and cut these little PVC rings and then put a little bit of a copper adhesive on it, and that seems to have taken care of my slug issues. So I'm actually quite happy with that. But they'll just continue to grow there and hopefully get a decent amount of peppers. And this year I was able to put them in the ground after our last frost, so I didn't have to worry about losing any of those, so that's why I have so many extras inside.
So unfortunately for this part of the video, I lost the rest of my recordings. The garden was fairly simple after this point anyway. All we really needed to do was water it every morning before the sun hit the leaves and weed it about once or twice a month. By the end of our growing season, we had dozens of tomatoes and hundreds of peppers. Unfortunately, I ended up planting more jalapenos than I expected, but still grew over 100 green peppers. As of the beginning of 2022, we still have peppers in the freezer. This year I expect it to be pretty much the same, but I'm going to swap out most of the jalapenos for banana peppers. As of right now, I'm not really going to worry about that until about mid-March. If you've made it this far into the video, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. My channel doesn't get a lot of traffic, so anything helps.